Let's get back on this thing and finish this interior install, shall we? But first, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. If you've been following along, you'll notice probably that there's some work done in here. There's a carpet in here and everything. Well, that's because we've already started on this project here. I got all my stereo wiring, all my lighting wiring, all that is good to go up front here in this section of the car. We also installed the carpet, we put the door speakers in, and we even got the door panels back on. We are, as per usual, running Alpine speakers. Actually, it's Alpine everything in the whole car. I've been using Alpine for years, and this car is not any different. Oh yeah, we also went back and rewrapped some of the interior trim, or a lot of the interior trim, to this black metallic. It looks super good. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on camera or not, but it has just enough metallic to where it like matches the valve cover and stuff in the engine bay. And I think that looks a lot better and is more like uniform. We had it as that like prismatic kind of color changing stuff, and I just thought about it and it just seemed a little bit too gaudy for what I was wanting to do, and so I wanted to tone it down a little bit. So this black I think looks super good, and when the sun hits these panels it really does pop. I'm not sure if it shows up, like I said, in the complete shit lighting we have in the garage here, but it looks pretty cool in my opinion. So I got started on all that, and I obviously filmed some content and everything, but then we had some personal issues that I just couldn't block out of my mind anymore, and I didn't feel like coming out here and filming if I'm being upfront with you about it. It's honestly been a pretty rough month with some things with the pregnancy and all that kind of stuff, and so all the stress that came with that just became too much to try to push through, and I had to focus on that stuff and that stuff alone. But everything is good now. We got back some results from some testing that we had done, and everything is good to go. The baby's healthy. Everything is good there, and so we're back on track, stress-free, well, at least from that standpoint anyway. But yeah, big weight off the shoulders, and so now we can move on and get back to this kind of stuff here. And so it kind of shook up things on how I wanted to do this video, but you know, is what it is. We'll adapt and adjust, but should be good. Should still be able to get the interior back in as much as I wanted to, and yeah, let's just get started. We're going to take one last look at this beautifully refreshed interior until we put the carpet back in here for, I mean, at least a month or so till I take it out again. You remember in here, don't you? Yeah. It's been a little while, but you remember. Now we just got to do a little bit of shaping. It's been folded up for about 2 years, so it's going to need some finagling and adjusting, but oh my word, the carpet is back in the car. I'm not gonna lie to you, that looks pretty weird. Weird seeing the carpet back in the car after so long. While that's sitting and forming back to the way it's supposed to be, I'm gonna move on to the door panels. We're gonna put the speakers in right here, and we'll put the door panels back on and all that stuff and get this part of it wrapped up as well. All right, one Alpine speaker is installed. Now, we got the door panel down here, already cleaned it off on the front side, went ahead and put some sound skins on the back of this thing as well. Not sure that it needed it all that much, but it can't hurt, so I put it on there. We got a big box of goodies. I ordered all new door trim, like the little cups that go right here, these little switch panels. I put the old one in there. Actually, this one they don't have. They have discontinued this one, but I replaced all the other ones in the car. These guys on the sides here, we got all new door pieces to go on all 4 doors. So I'm gonna find the driver's side and put that in there, but super excited about this because the ones that were in there were pretty beat up. So glad to get these before they discontinued them. Now we can mount this baby right, put her about right there. We got some longer stainless steel screws to go in here. Since we did the sound deadening, I wanted it to be a little bit longer to make sure it would screw in properly and have enough threading. So now, you know, putting these door panels on, I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I want them out of the house. I want them in the car. So if we plug up everything with the speakers and all that stuff and something's not working, I'll just pop them back off. It's not that big a deal, so I'm not too worried about it. But I full well know that I'm probably getting ahead of myself at some point, but I just want them on the car, you know what I mean? And boom! Click, click. Alrighty, got the driver's seat back in the car. I keep talking about it, but it just feels so strange to be putting these things in for like the final time, quote unquote, because I know they'll come back out again, but it's just a weird feeling And I'm super excited about what we're doing here because we got some ARP. I had some extra bolts laying around that I'd ordered for a bunch of different things for the car. And they actually fit for the seat. And so I am probably gonna have to get some washers for back here so that works. But we got the ARP bolts, and then we have some titanium. We're gonna put some titanium bolts on the studs for the front of the seat, and I've been saying it for a while, but it's all in the details. Titanium where they least expect it. We have been plugging away at getting things put in this car, and I think it looks sweet. Now, I do know some of this stuff's gonna have to come back out at some point in time, but I just wanted to see it in the car. So, here's where we're at. We got the console, all that stuff in there. We don't have the top part on the console yet. I have to rewrap that piece, but everything else is in there with the console. We got the trim along the doors, all that stuff. The seat is in there now. Man, everything in here, like in the front part, I guess, is complete except for the passenger seat, which I'm gonna leave that out for a little bit. But let's move to the trunk and start getting that squared away. I need to put this panel in there because this is where my amp sits right here. There's a platform that goes on top of this that will hold the amp and the plexiglass and all that stuff, and then this piece fits in there. I'm gonna have to rewrap this in the speaker material that we had because it's coming off in a lot of places, like right there for starters. I didn't scuff it up before I sprayed the glue on there, so it probably didn't have anything to bite to, nothing like that. So we'll get that scuffed up, rewrapped and all that. We'll take this thing out of there because we have a new fuse box in there now. I have to sand some of the edges a little bit because it was rubbing before, but now that we've resprayed the trunk, I don't want it to rub anymore. So I'm gonna sand that down a little bit and get that taken care of. This is our setup if you haven't seen it yet. If you're just joining us, we got circuit breakers, fuse panels, all that stuff all over the place in here. This little panel we custom made and all that. But yeah, let's slide this thing in there and see how it fits now that we've sanded it down a little bit. I put some little like rubberized strips on the side so it wouldn't rub, but it might take up the slack. Oh, that's going in so much better now. And there we go. We'll just leave that to the side a minute, but that is in there now. I'm sitting here looking at all this stuff, and I've just decided to switch it all up. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I cannot find these trim carpets that go on the side anywhere in good shape, and everyone who has them wants outrageous money for them, so I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make some panels that go over here, some dress-up panels. We'll wrap those in some carpet, and we'll make our own stuff. And I wanna make a partition panel that goes in the back here to block off all that stuff. And so with that, when I make that thing, it's gonna scoot this forward a little bit. So I've just been pondering it here, sitting here, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to keep this piece. I wanted to change it anyways. If we make that partition panel, it's going to take up some space in the back, so I'll have to redo it anyway. So we'll get this thing out of here, and in a different video, I'll start making some templates for making this stuff back here. There's some holes back here that we can put some little push things into, and that should hold it in place. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do all of that. And another reason why I just want to redo all this stuff was that thing was designed for how I had it before. And now we're running the wires a bunch of different ways, and there's a bunch of different things different from what it was before. And I'd have to drill a bunch of holes, redo all the holes and stuff like that to run the wires through and everything. And it would just be easier, I believe, to make a new piece. Is it more work? Yeah, but what else do we have to do here except work? So we'll make that look a lot nicer and make a new panel and make everything in here look a lot cleaner. So that's my thought process. With the realization that I needed to get some more stuff for the wiring to put in the stereo and all that, and the decision to redo that back there, I'm kind of at a stopping point. So I'm going to go ahead and end this thing off here. I totally forgot about that wiring stuff, but like I said, my brain has been so scattered for the last month, it just slipped my mind. And so I do apologize for my videos the last month. It may not seem like it to you guys, but I feel like they've been just so scattered and not very put together. I've been off schedule a bunch. I've missed some uploads and things, and I've been all over the place, and my mind has just been so many other places, and so it's been kind of a roller coaster. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments and stuff like that on socials and everything. I really appreciate it. And we're still waiting for the suede to redo the back deck and the window, the C pillars, and then once that gets here, we'll redo the B pillars as well, make that all look nice and fresh with some new suede. Everything should be back to normal now. So yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much as always. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.